Hello guys, this time it's electrical issues and mainly it's started as glitches, loss of engine power, intermittent spikes and holes in the turbocharge and whatever and not. So then the problem got worse and worse, and as I investigated the problem, we concluded that it wasn't a spark plug because we changed those to 4 new ones suited for the car. It helped the car perform better initially. It actually made it smoother, but the problem kept occurring and kept building in intensity. So we're sitting right now in a Seat Leon 1.8 turbo. After investigating, I clearly could see that the v.a.g group has major issues with exactly this problem that we are going to fix today. And that is on the 1.8 turbocharged engines. They have with the volt booster, the ignition circuit that sits on top of the spark plug, they deteriorate by time and the heat, mainly from the turbocharger. The problem will occur much sooner than you want. And this car, I checked the history of the car. It had, of course, they had new ignition parts from the factory, but just after 5 years, I think it was 5 or 6 years, they had to change them under a warranty that time. This time we have to do it ourselves. So this is the third set of ignition coils, or what you call it in English, that is needing to be replaced. So if you're driving an Audi, a Seat, or a Volkswagen, or a Skoda, you will have this problem sooner or later. So one can equate that you will need to change these parts roughly around 4 to 6 years, and you will definitely have to budget for it if you're going to tune your car with higher boost pressures, because high boost pressures brings much more heat in the engine bay, and these parts will deteriorate that much faster. So at first, small problems, spikes, holes in the turbo map, and you feel it in the throttle, and eventually it will turn into this. I will start the car briefly now, so not to hurt the engine too much, and Noah will go out, and also I think you will hear it from inside the car, but we will show you how to fix this problem. So now I will start, and my wife commented. My wife commented after having these problems that she didn't dare drive it, and I totally understand her, because it sounds like the motor is on the way to the scrapyard and you need a new one. That was the first my wife said. Oh my god, that's 3,000 or 4,000 euros just for a new motor on the job. So let's see how it sounds. So as you could hear, it was running roughly and not firing correctly on all cylinders. Because this is not smell-o-vision, you can't smell the gasoline that is unburnt coming out from the exhaust, but I can, and Noah can too, I suppose. So now we will show you what tools you need. You will need a star screwdriver, T30, flat screwdriver, and a 10mm socket. And that's all you need. Well, except for the new parts, of course. And in Europe they are around roughly between 30 to 50 euros times 4. Because if you need to change one, I suggest strongly that you just change all 4 and then you're done with the problem. It won't occur in the next 4 to 6 years at least. So let's start with the disassemble. For those of you who haven't been in the v.a.g motor before, it's a half turn. Plop. Plop. Sometimes these have so much power when you plop them that they just plop away and disappear, and then you will have to buy new ones. So this is the culprit for the problem. There are 4 of them, and 2 are easy access to, but the third and the fourth are much more hidden. We will change all of 4 of them at one go. So just press this, get them off. Sometimes this plastic also gets brittle. You will see and check here for yourself. If they look whole, they probably are whole. And then just jank. Plop. So this goes in the bin. And for those who don't know, this is down here is the spark plug. If you haven't changed them in a while, change them at the same time, and then you're totally completely sure that you have a nice running motor after this. So down it goes, and as you can see, it's segmented to make it tight. Push it all the way down. That's it. Now it sits firm. Connect it. Hear the click. There you go. In with the next one, and now begins the fun. So firmly and securely down on top of the spark plug. Attach the connection, and a small click on this one, but still a click. Okay, so now to remove this one, I will have to remove this piece, and then you need the 10mm socket. And that goes, and then this lifts off. Flat again, because now you have access to this one. And again, this one was a bit harder to get out. I marked them with 2013, that's up to you of course. 14. But then at least you know when you changed them last. And it's nice for the next owner, if there is going to be one of those, because then they will know exactly when you changed them last. I think it's secure, hopefully. And then, to get to the last spark plug and last ignition circuit, you will need one of these, T30. These can be a bit of a peter to get loose on the first time, but then it works better. And there are 3 of these ones, and please don't drop them in the engine. It will create problems for you later. I guarantee it. But that's the Murphy law. If something goes wrong, no, if something can go wrong, something will go wrong. And that's just the way it is. And as you can see, this is a very, very easy process. In the olden days, when I did this with my Toyota Supra, it has a 320 brake horsepower engine. Those ignition parts held for about 15 to 20 years. These guys holds for 5 years, so it's Toyota quality versus v.a.g quality. The v.a.g quality is crap in that perspective, at least. Okay, so now we removed all 3 of them. So just take this one off. Same. This is probably a spark plug. If you're lazy as a mechanic, or the previous owner, or the garage, they probably haven't changed this spark plug. But now you have the chance to correct that error. So make sure that all the spark plugs are replaced. Last new ignition part goes in. And now we're closing in on the magic moment when we can do the reverse process. There we go. Yes. This is a bit harder to get on, but just force it. Click. That's good, right? And then it's the reverse process. And this is always a bit of a problem for me, because now is usually the time when I drop things. We'll see how it goes. If you are confident that this will solve the problem, you have changed the spark plugs, but not so confident that you have attached everything correctly, then this is a perfect time to go into the car and actually start it before you put on all the plastic trims and all the screws and everything. But I'm pretty confident that this will solve the problem. So just screw them on and tighten them. Next one, it's down here. I'm saving the trickiest to last, of course. That's me. But as you can see, you don't have to have any magical mechanical skills to do this. I used in total 4 tools, 1 brain, and a little bit of internet research that you don't have to do now, because you just have to click in this on YouTube and watch it. Oh dear, this is a hard one. It's placed so incredibly stupid. You have to really stand on top on this to... Okay, now it's down. Now it's easier. No wonder mechanics get bad backs. Oh, come on. Tighten up. It looks like I'm mounting the engine. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. My knees hurts on the back of the knees. Is that good? I don't know. Okay, on with this one. Like that. Remove all tools. If you leave them in, they will create a worse mess than you had before you began this work. 10mm socket again. And tight. And the beautiful black plastic engine cover. I was ironic, of course, but you probably heard that. let's see if we can manage to get these ones in again. There you go, half a turn, then it should be stuck. Down, half a turn, should be stuck. This is a fingers crossed because these parts are not always complying. Okay, there you go. So now it's nice and snug. Check out that you have all your tools left. And if you do, well, then it's engine starting time. So let's see if we have still have the rough idle and the misfires, and if we do, I really don't know what to do, but this is a common problem on the 1.8 v.a.g engines, and this is the way to solve it. So now we spent, I don't know, 10 minutes something to replace, 16 minutes to replace all of 4 of them. So this is a very easy job to do. I will start up the engine now. Okay, as you can hear, the rough idle is gone. The engine is revving very good, and now you probably have 4 to 6 years left of nice motoring in this rather fun engine and car. I think it's very fun actually. It's light and it's nimble and it's fast, but these things annoy me that they break so fast. But now it's fixed, and I hope you can fix it too. At least I give you the inspiration and the know-how to fix it. So over and out, and good luck.